Hi, today I am going to explain the arc phenomena and arc voltage. Okay, the contents are the arc phenomena, initialization of arc, principle of arc interruption, arc voltage, restriking and recovery voltages. What is meant by the arc phenomena? How the arc will be initialized, and what is the principle of arc interruption, and what is meant by the arc voltage, and what is the restriking and recovery voltages. That will be explained in the present class. Okay, first what is meant by the arc phenomena? Okay, what is meant by arc phenomena? Okay, first how the arc will be produced in the circuit breaker. First, before going to the arc phenomena, how the arc will be produced. Okay, this is the fixed contact and this is the moving contact. If any faults are obtained in the circuit breaker, then automatically the moving contact is move away from the fixed contact. Then in between the fixed and the moving contact there is some gap will be produced. In that gap the ionization particles are produced. Due to the ionization particles, some arc will be struck in between the fixed and moving contacts. Okay, this is the moving contact and this is the fixed contact. Under normal operating condition, the fixed and moving contacts are together to each other. Okay, there is no any gap between the fixed and moving contact under normal operating condition. Okay, if any faults are obtained, there is an air gap in between the fixed and moving contacts. Okay, in that gap, due to the ionization particles, an arc is struck. Okay, this is the arc phenomena. Okay, when the contacts of the circuit breaker are separated, that means the fixed and moving contacts are separated, a luminous electrical discharge is obtained in between the moving and fixed contact. A luminous electrical discharge, that means a high amount of electrical discharge is produced. Due to that electrical discharge, an arc is produced in between these two contacts is known as the arc phenomena. Okay, this arc may be continued until the discharge causes. This arc may be continued. Okay, this is the main problem in the case of a circuit breaker. Therefore, we definitely extinguish that arc with the shortest possible time. Within a very short time, we reduce that arc. Without reduction of this arc, okay, the contact of the fixed and moving contacts are damaged due to this arc. Okay, then we definitely reduce that arc within a short period. Okay, this is known as the arc phenomena. Okay, this is the another diagram for the circuit breaker contacts, and this is the moving contact and this is the fixed contact. Okay, in between the fixed and the moving contact, an arc is struck. If any faults are obtained in the circuit breaker, the moving contact is move away from the fixed contact. The moving contact contact is move away from the fixed contact. Therefore, an arc is struck in between these contacts. Therefore, an arc is struck in between these contact. Due to that arc, the contact of this circuit breaker is damaged. Due to that reason, we definitely reduce the arc within a short period. For that reason, we reduce the arc within a short period. Okay, this is the arc phenomena in the circuit breaker. Okay, next, the arc is initialized due to these two reasons. First one is the high voltage gradient at the cathode. High voltage gradient at the cathode due to the field emission. Due to the field emission, high voltage gradient at the cathode are produced. Next one is that due to the thermonic emission increases the temperature. Due to the thermonic emission increases the temperature. First of all, what is meant by the field emission? First of all, what is meant by the field emission and what is meant by the thermonic emission? Okay. The main two initialization of the arc are the field emission and the thermonic emission. Okay, first we know about what is meant by the field emission and what is meant by the thermonic emission. Okay, due to the field emission, potential difference may be obtained. Due to the field emission, the potential difference may be obtained. Okay, due to that voltage gradient, the arc may be continued. Due to that voltage gradient, the arc may be continued. Okay. Next one is the thermonic emission. Thermonic emission. Okay, first thermonic emission means if the contacts are reduced, if the contacted area are reduced, the current density is increased. The current density is increased and temperature rises due to the temperature, the arc may be continued. Due to that temperature, the arc may be continued. Okay, this is known as the thermonic emission. First of all, what is meant by the field emission? Okay, field emission means the potential difference may be obtained due to that voltage gradient is known as the field emission. Okay, the moving contact is move away from the fixed contact. The contacted area and pressure between these contacts are reduced. Due to that reduction of this contacted area, then the potential difference is created between them. Okay, due to that reduction of this potential difference, okay, is decreases potential, due to the reduce of this contacted area, the potential difference is created between them. Okay, this is known as the field emission. Next one is the thermonic emission. If the moving contacts are move away from the fixed contacts, the contacted area is decreased. Okay, this increases the current density to very high value. Okay, due to that the current density is increased. Okay, then rises the temperature of the contacted surface. Okay, then the thermonic emission is obtained. If the contacts are reduced, contacted areas are reduced, the current density is increased. Okay, and temperature rises. Okay, due to temperature, an arc may be continued. This is known as the thermonic emission. Okay, next one is in modern circuit breaker we are using the SF6 as a medium. Then we reduce the arcing time due to the properties of the SF6. First of all, what is meant by the SF6? SF6 means the sulfur hexafluoride gas. Okay, in present days we are using the type of circuit breakers. Okay, due to that thermonic emission, the arc is struck between the contacts of the circuit breaker. Therefore, this arc damages the circuit breaker contacts. The arc will be reduced within a short period. Okay, that arc will be reduced within a short period. In modern days, we are using the sulfur hexafluoride as a moderator. Okay, this is the basic diagram for this SF6 gas. Okay, in between the fixed and the moving contacts, an arc is struck. That arc will be completely immersed by the SF6 gas. Due to the properties of this SF6 gas, an arc will be reduced or extinguished within a very short period. In modern days, we are using this type of circuit breakers. Okay, this is the moving contact and this is the fixed contact. If any faults are obtained, the moving contact is moved away from the fixed contact. In between this, we are developing the arc. Okay, that arc is struck in the SF6 gas. Okay, therefore, due to the properties of this SF6 gas, that arc may be extinguished. Okay. Next one is the what is meant by the arc voltage. Okay, what is meant by arc voltage? Okay, during the arcing period, some voltage will be appeared across the breakers. During the arcing period, some voltage will be appeared, okay, across the circuit breakers. This voltage is known as the arc voltage. Okay, this voltage is known as the arc voltage. During the arcing period, some voltage will be appeared, okay, across the breakers. This voltage is known as the arc voltage. While observing this graph, the voltage shoots up to a peak value. This is the voltage, okay, that shoots up a peak value when the current crosses its zero. This is the current crossed at the zero position. After crossing the current zero, the voltage shows a peak value. Okay, after crossing the current zero, the voltage shows the peak value. Okay, next one is the in the next concept, what factors are responsible for maintaining this arc, and what factors it is responsible for maintaining of this arc? Okay, there are two factors are there. That is, first one is the potential difference between the contacts. Okay, first one is the potential difference between the contacts. Due to the changes in voltage between the contacts and medium, then the arc will be increased. The main two factors responsible for monitoring the arc between the contacts are the first one is the potential difference between the contacts of the circuit breaker. Due to the changes in the voltage between the contacts and medium, an arc will be increased. Due to the ionization particles, heat may be reduced. Due to this ionization particles, and heat may be increased, and arc is maintained. Due to that arc, first the contact contacts of circuit breaker damaged. Okay, due to that arc, the contacts of circuit breaker damaged. For that, we reduce the arcing time. Okay, for that, we reduce the arcing time. Okay, the next concept is the what type of methods are taken for reducing the arc. Okay, what is the methods are taken for extinguishing of this arc? Mainly we are considering the two methods. Okay, mainly we are considering the two methods. That is, first one is the high resistance method. Okay, second one is the low resistance or zero resistance method. First one is the high resistance method, second one is the low resistance or zero resistance method. Okay, high resistance method. In a high resistance method, arc resistance is increased, therefore the current is decreased, then heat decreases, then arc reduced, then heat decreased, then automatically the arc is reduced. Okay, in this method the arc resistance is gradually increased. Okay, so that the current is reduced and heat is sufficient to maintain the arc, Okay, next method is the low resistance or the zero resistance method. Okay, the resistance of the arc may be increased by, first one is the lengthening the arc. The length of the arc can be increased by increasing the gap between the contacts. Next one is the cooling of the arc. Okay, this removes the heat from the arc. Okay, third one is the reducing cross sectional area of the arc. Next, fourth one is the splitting of arc. By splitting of the arc, we increases the resistance. Next one is the low resistance method. Okay, the resistance of the arc increases by following methods. Okay, this is applicable only in the AC circuit breakers. At every current 0, the arc is extinguished for a short period. At every current 0, the arc is extinguished within a short period. Okay, this method is the dielectric strength of a medium near the current 0. Okay, first one is the causing the ionization particles in between the space of the contacts. This is the every current 0 position. In that every current 0 position, near the current 0 position, increases the following. Okay, at every current 0 position, the arc is extinguished. Okay, next one is the sweeping of the ionization particles. Okay, next one is the deionization particles. Okay, these are the two methods for the extinguishing of the arc. That is, first one is the high resistance method. This high resistance method is may be increased by lengthening the arc. How the arc length will be increased? By increasing the gap between the contacts, then automatically the resistance is increased. Therefore, the resistance is equal to the rho L by A. Where L is the length. R and L are the directly proportional. Therefore, the length will be increased, automatically resistance is also increased. Okay, that is the lengthening of the arc. Next one is the cooling of arc. Okay, next type is the cooling of the arc. By cooling the arc by using the oil or other coolants. By cooling the arc by using oil or other coolant methods are reducing the heat automatically. Next, splitting the arc. By splitting of the arc we increase the resistance. Okay, that is the high resistance method. Next, second one is the low resistance or the zero resistance method. Okay, this will be applicable for the AC circuits only. In AC circuits, the current is 0 for every half cycle. Okay, in AC circuit, the current is 0 for every half cycle. That will be observed in this graph. In AC circuit, the current 0. This is the current 0 points that will be obtained every half cycles. Okay, in this method, the dielectric strength of the medium near the current is 0 is increased by combined ionization particles in the natural molecules. Second one is the ionization particles are replaced by the unionization particles. Due to that ionization, an arc will be produced. Okay, by replacing that ionization particles by unionization particles, then we obtaining the reduction of the arc. Okay, next one is the deionization. Okay, this is reached by the following methods. In that, first one is the lengthening of the gap. Increasing the gap between the contacts, then dielectric strength is increased. Next, high pressure. What is meant by the high pressure? How it will be obtained? Okay, by giving the more pressure between the contacts, the density of the particles is increased. Okay, the density of the particles is increased. Due to increases the density of the particles, deionization is increased due to the increases of density. Okay, due to the increases of density of the particles, deionization is increased. Due to ionization, more reaction to be done. Due to the reactions, more amount of heat energy is released, then increases the arc. Therefore, we replace ionization particles to the deionization particles. Okay, this is the high pressure. Next one is the cooling. Okay, cooling. By using the cooling, the ionization particles are replaced to the neutral molecules. Okay, by using the cooling, the ionization particles are replaced by the natural molecules. Therefore, this increases the dielectric strength of the medium. Okay, next one, last type is the burst effect. In this, the ionization particles are swept away due to the burst effect. Due to the high pressure developed in between the contacts of the circuit breaker, then the ionization particles are to be disturbed. Due to the disturbance of these ionization particles, an arc will be reduced, then replaced by the free unionized particles. That will be replaced by the free unionized particles. Okay, this increases the dielectric strength. Okay, next one is the restriking and the recovery voltages. Okay, first restriking voltage. Okay, this is the voltage that will be appear across the contacts of the circuit breaker, across the contacts after immediately open the circuit breaker or away to the contacts. Okay, this is the restriking voltage. The high peak value is the restriking voltage. Okay, this is the voltage, this is the voltage that will be appear across the contacts after indicating or open the circuit breaker in the contacts from the field. Okay, this is the restriking voltage, this is the restriking voltage. Next one is the recovery voltage. Next one is the recovery voltage. This RMS voltage that appears across the contacts, this RMS voltage that appear across the contacts after complete die of the oscillation. Okay, the RMS value across the contacts of the circuit breaker after complete die of the oscillation. This is the recovery voltage. This is the RMS value of voltage. This is the RMS value of voltage that appear across the contacts after complete die of the oscillation. After complete die of the oscillation is known as the recovery voltage. Is known as the recovery voltage. This is the restriking and recovery voltages. Okay, if the it is the normal frequency RMS voltage that appear across the contacts of the circuit breaker after complete interruption of the arc. After complete interruption of the arc is known as the recovery voltage. Okay, this is the graph showing for the restriking and recovery voltages and circuit breaker operation. Okay, this is the system voltage. This is the system voltage and this is the fault current. After the current 0 instant, the voltage that will be appear across the contacts of the circuit breaker. Immediately the voltage that will be appeared across the contacts of the arc. When an arc is struck between the contacts, then immediately we obtaining the some voltage. That voltage is known as the restriking voltage. Okay, this is the voltage that appear across the contacts. This is the voltage that appear across the contacts after immediately open the circuit breaker or the contact. Circuit breaker or the contacts is known as the restriking voltage. Is known as the restriking voltage. Okay, next one is the recovery voltage. Next one is the recovery voltage. Okay, this is the RMS voltage. This is the RMS voltage that appear across the contact. This is the RMS voltage that appear across the contacts of circuit breaker after complete die of oscillation. This is the complete die of oscillation. In that moment we measure the voltage. In that moment we measure the voltage is known as the recovery voltages. The restriking and recovery voltages are one of the important voltages are obtained in across the circuit breakers. Okay, after complete die of the oscillations we measure the voltage that is known as the restriking voltages. Okay, these are the various methods for reducing of an arc or extinction of an arc. And these are the arc phenomena and how the arc will be reduced, and what are the parameters for reduction of this arc, that all will be seen in this class. Okay, how the arc will be extinguished and what are the parameters are to be used for reduction of this arc, and what is meant by the restriking and recovery voltages. Okay, the restriking and recovery voltages are one of the major important voltages, are one of the major important things in the case of the circuit breakers, that will be observed in the circuit breakers after the contacts of the circuit breaker will be opened. That voltage is known as the restriking voltage, and after complete die of the oscillations we measure the voltage is known as the recovery, voltages. Okay, it is a transient voltage that appear across the breaker contacts. It is a transient voltage. This is the transients. Okay, while observing this, it is like as a transients. It is the transient voltage that appear across the breaker contacts, immediately after the opening of the breaker, Okay, it is known as the transient recovery voltage. That will be obtained or that will be observed after the current zero instant. The current zero instant will be observed in each and every half cycle. This is the natural current zeros. In that natural current zero case, automatically we observe the arc reduction process. Okay, after the current zero interruption, some transient voltage will be obtained. The transient voltage is known as the restriking voltage. Okay, next one is the recovery voltage, that is the after complete the die of the oscillations. Is known as the recovery voltages. Okay, this is the restriking voltage and this is the recovery voltage. After complete die of this oscillation, the RMS voltage that appear across the contacts, after complete die of the oscillations is known as the recovery voltage. These are the two voltages that will be obtained across the contacts of the circuit breaker, or transient voltages that will be obtained across the transients. Okay, these are the arc phenomena and how the arc will be obtained, and what are the arc voltages are produced in the case of a circuit breaker, and why you are reducing the arc within a short period, and what are the problems are to be faced for reduction of these arc extensions, and also what voltages will be obtained across the contacts of the circuit breakers, and also how the arc will be extinguished, and also what are the initializations of that arcs, that all will be discussed in this class. Okay, thank you.